Oh, breaking news out of Sterling, Virginia, where police are now investigating a shooting at a busy shopping plaza. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran in for Thusmeen Mahfouz. We're going to get right out to the scene, which is behind a restaurant there at the shopping center.
Yeah, our Daniel Hamburg joining us live tonight. Daniel, you can see the crime tape behind you. Still a pretty active scene right now.
Yeah, Chris and Susan, this is a busy shopping center here with a strip of restaurants right behind me. The shooting happened at 6:30 this evening, right in this parking lot, right behind where Milk and Honey is. Police still on scene here telling us that one man was shot in the upper body, they believe at least once, and was taken to the hospital. He is expected to be okay. He is currently at last check in surgery for that gunshot wound. Police do have a suspect, they have a suspect description, rather, that they are looking for, but you can see police still out here, this entire back parking lot blocked off. We did talk with a couple of people at neighboring businesses who didn't even hear the shots from the front of the restaurant where most people were. Police spent some considerable time inside of Milk and Honey talking with employees there. We're not sure, again, I do want to be clear, of any connection between any employees or who, but in the general area behind the restaurant is where we're talking about in this back parking lot. Police say they will try to provide an update later on tonight as they learn more information. But again, one man shot, taken to the hospital, and is expected to be okay. We're live in Loudoun County. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you for those details. And our other top story, we're talking about the frigid cold temperatures we're set to see. Let's get over to meteorologist Scott Sumner in for Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
Yeah, and Scott, as the kiddos head off to school tomorrow morning, this would be those wind chills we're going to be dealing with.
Yeah, I don't foresee many kids being out at the bus stop waiting. I think their parents will be driving them to school tomorrow. We do have a wind alert here. As you can see, Garrett County is shaded in color along with places in West Virginia. And the reason for that is because the wind gusts there in Garrett County expected in higher elevations to get up to 40 or 45, even 50 miles an hour. This wind advisory will linger into the 4 o'clock time frame, so very, very chilly. You see wind gusts right now around 30 miles an hour in Kaiser, but Kaiser is at a lower elevation as opposed to places like Oakland, a little higher elevation. So not quite seeing those numbers, but I could only imagine that they are up there even higher than 30 miles an hour. So, of course, when you factor in the cold temperatures that we have outside right now, you factor in the winds, you have that feels like temperature, and they're going to be in the 20s straight through 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. May get a little rise there for around 1 o'clock or so, but otherwise we'll be seeing 20s for overnight feels like temperatures. And the Arctic air mass that's paying us a visit now won't last too long, but it will last here through Tuesday and Wednesday, having its greatest impact with lowering the temperature below what the average number would be for the district, which is 54 degrees for a daytime high. Well, we'll be 16 degrees cooler than that 54-degree temperature on Tuesday and 13 degrees cooler on Wednesday, eventually getting to that mark by the time we hit Thursday. So your hour-by-hour temperature range here from 10 to 11 to midnight will be into the lower 30s, but it'll feel like it'll be in the 20s. We'll talk about tomorrow's forecast and beyond with a 7-8 coming up.
All right, Scott, to a triple shooting investigation that's happening right now in northeast D.C. This is in the Edgewood neighborhood.
Yeah, it happened just after 6 tonight, close to the Rhode Island Avenue metro station. D.C. police said that shooting sent 2 men and 1 woman to the hospital. We're told all 3 victims are conscious and breathing. Alec Piergiorgi says he had just left the movies. He was planning to take a bike path home when he came across the shooting.
It's definitely a bit concerning. And I'll probably have to think twice about walking through, especially late at night.
No word yet on any suspects or arrests. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more information.
D.C. marked a grim milestone over the weekend. Police data showing that there have been 250 people killed since January.
Yeah, that is the most since 2002, when the district recorded 262 homicides. Well, tomorrow, a coalition of D.C. businesses is teaming up with the D.C. Army National Guard for a citywide job fair. It's aimed at preventing gun violence. The event is called the Jobs Not Guns Recruitment Fair. Up to 100 recruiters will be there, including from police, fire and EMS, construction, healthcare, even the military. Fair is happening from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the D.C. Armory. That is on East Capitol Street in Southeast. In Fairfax County, support is pouring in tonight for a family who lost their teenage son after a car crash that injured several teens in Falls Church.
Now, the crash happened last week right there on Pioneer Lane, and tonight we're also learning the boy's brother was released from the hospital. Police say the car's 17-year-old driver hit a tree, throwing several of those teens right out of the car. 4 of the teens, they remain in the hospital. Now, police initially arrested the driver for being under the influence, but is now working with Fairfax Commonwealth's attorney to determine if he will face any charges. A concerned parent who is helping the family raise money for all of those hospital bills spoke with us about how the family is coping tonight.
Well, they're obviously heartbroken about this. They had one son that was released from the hospital the same day that their other son passed away, and they are heartbroken in this situation.
A family. Well, DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg have much more in the story coming up on DC News Now at 10 o'clock.
We take you to Montgomery County now, where police are investigating a string of these smash and grabs, and they all happened at the same store in Damascus. Investigators say the Stay Lit smoke shop on Ridge Road has been broken into 4 times since August, and you're looking at surveillance video from one of those incidents. Each time, police say up to 5 people have gotten in by smashing through the front door or window. Investigators believe that all 4 burglaries are connected, and police are now offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to some arrests.
All new tonight in Georgetown, business is booming as retail vacancy rates return to pre-pandemic levels. That is according to the Georgetown Business Improvement District. It says more than 50 new storefronts have opened just this year.
It is such great news, especially because it comes at a time when there are so many businesses that have been forced to close due to a whole number of reasons, they say, including inflation and crime. Our Marielle Carbone has more from M Street.
If you're out in Georgetown, you may notice some signs like this one opening in 2024. This restaurant, it is just one of the dozens of retail and dining spots set to open next year. The business district tells me that post-pandemic recovery and investment are taking off. Take a walk down M Street and you'll likely find what you're looking for.
Usually the shops and a few restaurants.
It's a vibe, so whatever your mood is that day, you can kind of there's something for you.
Kenneth Walker lives in the area and says he's seen the changes over the years.
Before, Georgetown used to be a little more lively. Obviously, COVID played a part, but now it's starting to come back.
Coming back with more businesses, restaurants, and retail.
And we are seeing a tremendous number of businesses opening.
According to the Georgetown Business Improvement District, 55 new businesses opened in the last year, and more than 35 are set to open by this time next year. It all marks a return to pre-pandemic vacancy levels.
I think there's been a ton of kind of depressing news about the state of retail and sort of the state of crime. We're just feeling incredibly fortunate.
Faith Broderick is with the bid.
Georgetown has always been sort of like this special outdoor shopping destination in the region. And I think that we've been able to retain that spark.
She says the organization has invested heavily in outdoor dining and walking, extending the amount of time people can spend in the area.
Folks are on the street almost all hours of the day in a very positive way, which I think sort of makes the neighborhood feel safe and feel vibrant.
She's hopeful the momentum can spill over into other parts of the city, like downtown. As for what visitors want to see more of,
a little more entertainment, within reason.
More restaurants, yeah.
And retail and restaurants aren't the only things driving people to Georgetown. The events do too. The 9th annual Glow, the district's light installation, that'll kick off this Friday. Reporting in Georgetown, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, developing now at 9, Prince George's County Police, they are putting out a call for help. They say someone's car was stolen with a dog inside of it. This is Zoe. She's a 16-year-old Shih Tzu. Police say Zoe was in a silver Infiniti SUV that was stolen from a gas station in Capitol Heights today. A gas station is on Hampton Park Boulevard. Police are asking, call 911 if you see this dog. Now, this is really the latest in a disturbing trend of stolen dogs all across the DMV.
In the district, we're talking about a French Bulldog that was stolen right from the owner in front of her home, and it is a crime that's just adding to the owner's heartache. Take a look at this surveillance video from Monroe Street in Northeast. This happened on Saturday. You can see it appears to show a person stealing that dog from the steps of Tiffany Worthy's front door. She says the person pulled out a stun gun, threatened to kill her if she did not hand over her French Bulldog. The video then shows the suspect getting right there back into this dark-colored car that he originally pulled up in. Police say it's a black Nissan with tinted windows and paper tags.
The dog is a 6-month-old French Bulldog. Here he is, named Hendrix, and we've learned this is an additional heartache for Tiffany Worthy. Back in August, her previous dog was one of 10 that drowned in the devastating flooding at District Dogs Daycare. She says these two horror stories back to back have left her feeling defeated.
Hopeless. You know, I was just shocked that this happened. I feel like I take, I'm very cautious. I walk him in the daytime. I walk him, where there's cameras.
I just can't even imagine. Tiffany says that she's now raising money to hire a private investigator to bring Hendrix home. And DC police are offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest as well.
All right, tomorrow is Giving Tuesday, a chance to open our wallets and donate to those in need. This year could have really a bigger impact than usual. That's because many nonprofits say donations are down compared with previous years.
And our Michaela Newton shows us how volunteers are helping to fill the growing need at a nonprofit in Western Maryland.
The Frederick Rescue Mission serves about 8,000 people a year, and with Giving Tuesday on the horizon, volunteers tell me there's always an opportunity to serve.
Yep. This is our Rescue Treasures. This is where all of our donations come in from people out in the community. As well, we have lots and lots of bags. I don't know how else to have lots of clothing, lots of jackets and things like that.
Brenda Bell and Pat Strotter have been volunteering at the Frederick Rescue Mission for decades. When the opportunity presents itself, they do what they know best.
I think just to be able to help people that need the help, and it's so gratifying when the people are excited, and they find a pair of shoes they need or dress or whatever they need for their child.
If they need it, I'm here to give it.
On Giving Tuesday, the mission says while it's just another day of what they always do, more volunteers are always necessary to get the job done.
When they're coming in tomorrow, they're going to help us do a whole lot of things here at the mission to serve our community. So we'll be doing breakfast and lunch prep tomorrow. We'll be serving lunch in the community. We also have our clothing department, so we'll be handing out clothing to people in need. And we have our food distribution center, so a lot of people will be here to get groceries that are in need of some help.
Tomorrow will be just another day of people giving, and hopefully a little bit more than usual.
And if you're interested in volunteering or donating to the Frederick Rescue Mission, visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. Reporting in Frederick, Maryland, I'm Michaela Newton for DC News Now.